Hi, my name is Ben Contreras. I'm 58 years old. I'm the president and owner of several electrical manufacturer representatives that represent industrial and commercial electrical products.
And you do a lot of traveling, Ben?
A lot.
You're almost in a different country almost every weekend.
I travel a lot, yes. I travel quite a bit.
Tell me how you balance work and life. You have to travel a lot, you have to work a lot, but also you make fitness a priority and you wake up every day at 5 o'clock. So tell me how you balance that out.
For me, it really helps to get up early and get the day going. You know, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get here at 5, and it gets my mind and body prepared for the upcoming day, right? So it really is beneficial to me to kind of get an early start and get the day rolling.
Tell me what initially inspired you to start your personal training journey.
I was an athlete growing up. I was always in, relatively decent shape, and as I got older, started traveling a lot. I didn't have the opportunity to do a lot of exercise or gym work, and it finally hit me as I got older. I said, hey, I really need to make this a priority to get healthy and try to stay healthy, not only physically, but mentally.
So how long have you been training with the body engineer?
A little over 2 years, I believe. It's like 2.5 years.
How much weight have you lost so far?
Right in the vicinity of around 20 pounds.
How has personal training changed your perspective on health and fitness?
For me, it keeps me more focused. In lieu of training on my own, it's helped me motivate me, especially when when you hire somebody and you're actually paying for it every month as well. It kind of motivates you to come in and make sure you stay on top of your program.
And that also at the same time, the fact that you have a trainer also kind of holds you accountable, right? You got someone you got to report to every morning now.
Exactly.
Can you describe a specific moment when you realized that personal training was making a significant impact in your life?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around 2 to 3 months into training with Isaac that I realized changes in, not only to my mental state of mind, to my physical being as well, that I was able to kind of see the progress, right? In terms of losing weight, gaining some muscle mass, and also keeping mental clarity. For me, it's a lot about mental clarity as well.
And why is mental clarity so important for you as an executive?
I think it's really important when you're running or trying to run a business, you're managing people and, managing outside influences and manufacturers and stuff like that. You really need to keep a clear mental state to make the correct decisions, right?
What are some of the biggest challenges you face when starting out, and how did you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge was on the physical note was the soreness, getting up every morning, and also maintaining your diet, right? At the beginning, it was a pretty strict diet, and I think that it's maintained. You get out of it what you want to get out of it, right? I mean, you can stay on a strict diet, but once you kind of start losing weight, you start seeing the changes in your body, I think it, really helps you to keep you motivated.
How did your personal trainer tailor your program to fit your unique needs and goals?
I think for me, it was working out early. It's really difficult for me to work out as well during the day. I can do it occasionally, but for the most part, it's easier for me to get going early. And that way I have several conference calls and things like that. So you were able to work around that and get me in here in an early time. And like I said, you also work with us on how to maintain physical strength and diet as well, right?
What surprised you the most about working with a personal trainer?
I mean, I guess a lot of it's your knowledge, right? I mean, I think when you start working out or you work out, I've kind of worked out my whole life, but not every day, but you kind of think you know what you're doing sometimes. And I think a lot of times the personal trainer adds that extra edge that you need to stay in top or keep yourself in that range of top shape.
How have your energy levels and confidence changed since you began training?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, I've noticed a huge difference in my energy levels. They've gone up tremendously. I think before I started working out, I was sluggish, and that was one of the reasons I came to Isaac, was because I felt really sluggish, really tired a lot, and I think working out every day has helped my energy levels tremendously. And also, with that being said, I think when you're in somewhat decent shape, you're able to keep a lot more mental clarity and gives you a lot more confidence when you're dealing with everyday life.
In what ways has personal training influenced other aspects of your life, such as work or family?
Having a relationship with a personal trainer helps me. Both my boys are athletes as well, so we talk a lot about fitness. We talk a lot about, I've leaned on you before in terms of my boys. They need some advice or whatever. I've leaned on Isaac before to help me lead them in the right direction as well.
What advice would you give someone considering personal training but is unsure if it's right for them?
I think that if you're looking to maintain or get your personal fitness goals and get a little more mental clarity, it will help you tremendously. It helps you stay motivated at the very least to come in on a daily basis or come in on a weekly basis and stay on top of your goals.
So speaking of motivation,
how do you stay motivated and committed to your personal training goals?
with results, right? I think at the end of the day, when you see the results on the scale and on the body scan images, I think it definitely helps you stay focused and know that there's an end goal. And well, I think you're always going to be working on your physical well-being, but I think when you see the results, not only in weight, but in body change, it'll definitely keep you motivated.
How have your eating habits and nutrition changed since your training?
They've changed a lot. Obviously, we fall off the wagon every so often, but I think that for the most part, you see the changes in your body and you want to continue to see those improvements, so it helps motivate you to stay on top of your diet and conditioning.
How has your overall physical and mental health improved through personal training?
Physically, I can feel the difference. I can feel I'm stronger in terms of, some of the muscle I've been able to put on. It's not a lot of muscle, but I think in terms of flexibility, things like that. Obviously, the mental part is always going to be improved with better physical fitness, right? So I think it's helped me improve a lot in terms of my energy levels. I can feel it. I got a lot more energy during the day. My blood's flowing. I'm ready for the day as soon as I get home. And, I recommend it highly.
Have you noticed any changes in your mindset or attitude towards fitness and exercise since you started personal training?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Basically, it makes you more aware of where you're trying to get. I still haven't reached my goal, but I think it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's really helped me understand what I need to be doing in order to get to my end result, right?
Is there a message that you want to send to our viewers? Someone who's up against the wall about training or personal training, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would say, just do it. Just like the old, Nike saying goes, just do it. You got to start somewhere. And I think a lot of people hesitate, like, it's this guy, I'm never going to get there. I'm way too overweight or I'm way too lazy. But I think once you start, it becomes almost sort of a small addiction.